Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Nillkin keyboard case for the 2024 iPad Pro with M4 processor. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So if you look on the back, it lists some features. It says convenient portable design, 7-color backlit keyboard, TPU PC anti-bending armor, flexible and detachable design, high power endurance. And here we have some specs listed on the back. You can pause and read through those. So let's get this open. Okay, so here we have the keyboard case. We have a user manual here, an accessory box. Looks like this is a USB Type-C charge cable. Yep, let's take a look at the manual. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here, so you want to read through it on your own. Okay, so it looks like we have a quick card here. It says operation steps on keyboard. Toggle the switch to on. The power indicator lights up for 3 seconds. Press function C at the same time the Bluetooth indicator flashes, so that puts it into pairing mode. Then go to your iPad settings and go to Bluetooth and choose the Bluetooth keyboard. So you press this button to adjust the backlight and then function with that to adjust the colors. Let's see if the main manual has anything more. So here we have the specs again. We have instructions again for connecting it with Bluetooth. This talks about the indicator lights. We have caps lock, we have Bluetooth and power. Here's a little guide on what the different colors mean for the lights. These are keyboard shortcuts. More shortcuts here. This talks about the touchpad gestures. This shows the modular design. So let's look at the case. Little piece of plastic here, we'll pull that off. Open this up. Piece of foam. So the iPad will go in this half. So this will unsnap here. And here I have my iPad. This is the 2024 iPad with M4 processor. So I'm going to stick the button side in first. Slide that in. Okay, so I have the case on, and you can see it has these big, thick rubber bumpers on the corners. Now, if we look at the back, we have a little slider here for the camera, so you can close that for privacy. We also have a kickstand here. Like so. That's pretty stiff, which is good. So let me connect this back up to the keyboard half. So it just has these snaps here. Okay, so here we have the case. It has a magnet here on the handle to hold it closed. So it looks like that. So if we open this up, we can pull this down and prop it up like so. So this is kind of a laptop type configuration. So let's get this turned on. Now, I don't know how much charge is in here, but we'll try it. So I'm going to go into my Bluetooth settings and then I'll type function C. So we have function C. That came up very quickly after I pressed that, so I'll tap on it. And now we're connected. So let's try this out. So I'll hit search up here and I'll type pages. So now we're in pages. Let's try typing on this. Okay. Now this is a smaller keyboard, so this is kind of a full-size keyboard by comparison, so you can see the difference here. So this is going to be a narrower design. So I find even on a narrower keyboard I can adapt and become proficient at typing on it. It might take a minute to do, but after maybe 15-20 minutes I can type on it at pretty much my regular rate. So this does have a little trackpad down here. Let's try it. So I'll go up here. Now I'm clicking and pressing down and I can drag on that. Now I can go here and say Command C. Then I'll use the cursor keys. I'll go to the bottom here. Let me get a smaller word. Let's go to just over. So I'll hold down Shift and then cursor. And I can select that, do Command C. I'll go to the bottom, hit space, and then Command V, and we can paste it. So this works just like being on a Mac as far as copying and pasting. Now, if you're used to a PC, you typically would hold Control-C and Control-V. On a Mac or an iPad, you want to use Command-C and Command-V. We can also do Command-Z for undo. So it gives you all those hotkeys. Now this also has a place up here for an Apple Pencil. So if we look at the top here, we have some keys. This will do the brightness. So if we look at the top, it's changing it. So I'll turn this down. So it's lowest. That's up higher. This button will show the apps. Then we have our search. We have our microphone. So this turns on dictation. So I don't want that right now. Oh, well, maybe I do. Well, I accidentally turned it on, but that's fine. Then we have multimedia buttons for play, pause, and we have volume here. So we can turn the volume up and down. And then we have a lock button that will turn it off. We can press that again to turn it on. So I'll turn the light off here so we can look at the backlight. So you can kind of see that it's on here. So if we press this button, it will turn off. Press it again, it will turn on. Now we can press function backlight, and that will change the colors. Now it's kind of hard to see, it's very bright in here. I'm going to turn off the overhead lights. So I'll do function backlight here, and we can change the different colors. So this is red, here we have green, I think that's kind of yellow, looks like white, purple, blue. I'm not great with colors. So you can cycle through those backlights, and if you want to turn it off completely, you can just hit the backlight button and it will turn off. And you could see there were different levels here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 levels of brightness. So if you want it really bright, you can do that. If you don't need it super bright, you can turn it down. So when we disconnect this here with the snaps, we can have this in portrait mode. We can flip this down under, and now we have this in portrait mode. Of course, we can also just turn this and have it in landscape mode, and we had this connected up before, but you can also have this separate. So if you had a little bit of a riser, maybe a little stand, you could set this up on that stand to bring it up a little bit. So I'll throw this back together. So when you're done using this, you can turn it off right here, fold it, and close it up. And we can charge it with the included USB Type-C cable. And to charge it, you'll just want to use a phone charger. So I have a USB charger here. I'll plug in. And that will plug in the side here. So you can charge this with this open or closed. And you could use it while it's charging also. So this little red light right here is on. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but that's telling us it's charging. It's not showing much on here, so I'm guessing it's mostly full. So that's the Nillkin Keyboard Case for 2024 iPad Pro with M4 processor. I really like the versatility of this. It starts off with a rugged case, so you have those big bumpers on there, so it makes it very durable. It also has that nice handle for carrying it. So if you're a person who just carries their iPad around and doesn't put it inside another bag, it's real handy having that handle. But when you open it up, you have the convenience of the keyboard there, and we also have that trackpad. So you can use this a lot like a regular laptop. I find it much easier to do things like copy and paste when I have a keyboard. You can also hit Command-Tab to switch between applications. So if you're going between Mail and Pages, or Mail on the web, or Notes in the web or something, you can easily just do that application switcher, like so. And if you don't want to use the keyboard, you can easily turn it off with the switch here, and use it like a regular just iPad and iPad case. And I really like it has that backlight. So if you're working on an airplane or in a dark room, you can turn that backlight on, and you can see all of the keys. It can be really helpful because you may not be used to this keyboard as much as a full-size keyboard. By turning that backlight on, you can see exactly where all of the keys are. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.